with Karl Davidson at the Karl Davidson campaign headquarters. Now, I noticed you probably are the only one out of the three that actually went that extra mile and set up a campaign headquarters. What were you thinking?
Well, one of the things I want to do is make sure I make myself available to the community, because I've opened this up. People can walk in, they can express their concerns, they can talk to me about what they want to see Huntsville be. And let's face it, as a representative of this community, what else would I want but input? That's one of the things, Paul, that I think we're missing so much. We're not asking a simple question. What do you want for our city? As a former mayor, that was what I did consistently, ask questions. What do you want? Why do you want it? And then I formulate a plan based upon that.
So accessibility.
Exactly.
When you're mayor, does that same open door policy exist?
Absolutely. What I would like to do, like I did before, have a coffee with the mayor. That you could come in and go to different restaurants, and I'd put it in the paper and say, look, I'm there, come talk to me. And I'd like to have an office that would be, even if I have to pay for it myself, where the individuals could be access me. I'm going to be a 60-hour-a-week mayor, not a 10-hour-a-week mayor.
Well, that says a mouthful. You were mayor before. Karl Davidson, mayor of the city of Huntsville. As such, as I go throughout the community, there are people that care very deeply about Karl Davidson and think a lot of you. And there's a sector that may not care too much about him. What do you think they're basing that on?
Well, Paul, the reason I got into politics in the first place was because I noticed that things were being done, I'm going to put it this way, to this community that just didn't make sense to me. Individuals were self-serving, based upon some of the special projects that's taken place in Huntsville. So what they don't like and don't like about me is that I hold them accountable. I ask the tough questions. Just spending money that is ours, not theirs. Based upon my nearly 8 years experience, it appears like the city coffers are theirs versus the communities. And they dislike me and dislike what I stand for because one thing, accountability.
Accountability. Your strong emphasis seems to be on the money and where it's going and what's going on with the city of Huntsville's money. You seem to be somewhat, people may say, extreme in that particular outlook on things. Why?
Well, I don't think I'm extreme, because if you would look at projects on the west side of our community that have cost literally millions of dollars that did not benefit the average citizen, or even, I would say it didn't benefit 95% of the citizens of this community. And that's why I'm concerned. Think of what we could have, Paul. I want to have an event center. I want to have a place where we can go. And we've squandered nearly $62 million across the highway. And I don't know about you, but I've never played one round of golf at Ravenwood. I've not walked the walk up Veterans Memorial, which cost you and I, citizens, $430,000, where we could have used those same monies to build walkways for students that are walking out in the middle of the street, and which is dangerous. That seems very simplistic, but you've got to watch the dollars. If you don't, someone will take them. And it's so easy for elected officials to spend money that's not theirs on a project that doesn't benefit the majority of our community.
Does the growth along the freeway help the city of Huntsville? Could it help better? Could it have been done better? In other words, are you against it altogether, or could it have been planned better?
Well,
I think a lot of people might be interested in exactly where you would be coming from concerning that.
Well, there's so many aspects of this, Paul. Let me back up just a little bit, because you really asked me two questions. And one of them, the primary thing that what has been done there in that TERS, giving away millions of tax dollars for 17 and a half years, giving away half of our sales tax on every sale that's there. But even more importantly, less than an hour ago, I was talking to a landowner who owns 15 acres south of town. He and his father have contributed immensely, immeasurably to this town in many ways, financially, and in many ways. And he can't sell his land because of the TERS. Why would you want to buy land that is not subsidized when you can go across the road and buy land that is subsidized by the very city? You know, they've, I don't know if you realize it, but how about the Mr. Hamburger that was, you know, reopened? It's beautiful. Love it. Hamburgers are great. But now then, we've got this other Five Boys hamburger stand going across the road, and this Mr. Hamburger, in essence, is they're paying taxes to support their competition. That is extremely unfair. I just want it fair. That, you know, if these people would have come in with their own money, come in as a retail business, and come in and use their own financial resources, brought their money, brought their banker, brought their plan, I would have supported 150%. I owned 7 businesses in this community. I'm a businessman. I mean, you know, do I want Huntsville to prosper? For many reasons. But it's just not fair. When government intervenes in the free enterprise system, it normally, 95% of the time, it doesn't work. And I'm a victim of it. One of my businesses, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because the government intervened and provided a competition that normally would have been here. And the competition now has gone broke 3 times. And you and I have paid for that.
So, in short, a major beef would be that the city of Huntsville is taking from one sector over here to help subsidize perhaps their competition.
That's right. It's that simple. And think if you were in this gentleman's place, 15 prime acres, and he can't sell it to, there's a business, I'm not going to mention the name of the business, but a large business right now is contemplating moving to Huntsville, a retail business. And he's scheduled, I think you said 4 interviews with the individual, the site selection individual. He won't even talk to him. Why would he? I mean, what is the incentive for him to go and talk to someone, pay more money for land, and not get tax rebates? I mean, and not get a better deal. I mean, as a businessman, anybody would make that choice.